I'm sure many of you are wondering, why the heck did Shiba Inu and cryptos last night go down? Because we are seeing a lot of red. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down exactly why Shiba Inu and cryptos went down and what we should be expecting. What are the possibilities of the next move of the crypto market? If you want to hear this, make sure you watch and stay for the entire video, because in this video, I have some very important information that you cannot miss. What's up, Miles? Ladies and gentlemen here. Make sure you subscribe with notifications on so you do not miss these time-sensitive videos. And if you love cryptocurrencies and Shiba Inu, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. And smash the like button like you've never smashed it before so we can share this very important information with a lot of people out there who need to hear this. And if you want to get access to the most profitable trading community for cryptocurrencies, go ahead and join my Patreon right now. The link for that will be in my video description, where I'm giving you guys constant updates, my buy and sell alerts, so in all times you know what is happening to the crypto market. And the Patreon, you can message me every single day. You can even speak to me on the phone, where we can go over your current portfolio and I can introduce you and help you diversify into the best cryptos out there. And don't forget to get your 5 free stocks from WEBULL worth up to $8,000. All you have to do is go down below, create an account, and deposit 1 penny using my link. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive straight into the content. So last night we saw a pretty significant dip. We had a top in the crypto market about 11 p.m. Eastern time, which most cryptocurrencies were recovering and looking very, very good. We were seeing lots of green after several green days in a row, and that was definitely a wonderful thing to have, a good Christmas gift. Now here's the thing. There started to become some FUD on the internet, and this FUD is none other than Apple decides to close their stores, especially in New York City, due to the surge in people getting the cold, if you know what I'm talking about. So because of that, there was more news that was similar to this about potential shutdowns, not only by Apple, but basically the city itself. So there's a lot of FUD, fear, rumors of other shutdowns, which are definitely happening around the world, but especially in New York City. So this definitely caused some panic. And we know what panic does, and we know what fear does. It causes people to panic, sell, and to sell out of fear and emotion. Whenever news like this has nothing to do with cryptocurrencies. This in no way affects cryptocurrencies in any negative way. And in no way affects the stock market in a negative way. Not even the Apple stock, because it's just one city out of pretty much all the major cities in the entire world, which are many. And shutdowns just allow for more online shopping, which will never be prevented. So fundamentally, even to the Apple company and to the stock of Apple, this makes a very small impact, could potentially actually have a good impact on their sales and their business model. So because of this news, we saw a dip in the crypto market, which if we take a look, was about a 4% to 5% dip on average between most cryptocurrencies. And if you look even at most cryptocurrencies right now, the last 7 days, a lot of these cryptocurrencies are still up 10%, 15%, and even above that. So that's still a very good thing. So despite the 4% pullback we're seeing in the market, which is causing everybody to panic, the market is still overall bullish. We are still recovering, until I'm going to be showing you through technical analysis the next possibilities for the crypto market. So in addition to the FUD that happened last night, we always know that a lot of times whenever there are very quick drops in the price of cryptocurrencies because of news, because of media, because of FUD and panic, it causes liquidations, and generally liquidations of the people that are going long. So whenever there is recovery like we have been having nearly the last couple of weeks, we're starting to see a slow and recovery. The recovery was starting to take off a bit faster yesterday until the news came out. But whenever there is signs of recovery and on technical analysis, things are looking very, very bullish with confirmation. What ends up happening is that when these news articles, when these FUD articles come out, they cause quick selling, they cause quick panicking. And what that does is it liquidates a lot of people who are going long and leveraging cryptocurrencies, which we saw Bitcoin had about $100 million lost in liquidations, and other cryptocurrencies were of course liquidated, like Ethereum and Luna, Solana. And so for the list goes on and on. Of course, Shiba Inu and Dogecoin, they were liquidated as well, but not as much compared to the top 10 cryptocurrencies. So in addition with the FUD, which drops the prices, and then we had the liquidations drops the prices even further, that's why we saw the correction, and we are seeing this current correction now, which we are going to be taking a deep dive to seeing what is actually going to be happening next for Shiba Inu and cryptos. But before we do that, I can show you that here yesterday we had some liquidations. We even have some more liquidations this morning, not much. And if we go on to this is the Bitcoin exchange reserves. And this is actually a very important piece of information that I need to show you if you hold cryptocurrencies of some sort. Now, this chart measures the balance of Bitcoin on the exchange reserves, which hit a all-time low and has continued to hit an all-time low every single day. For many, many years, we have not seen Bitcoin at these levels. The balance of Bitcoin on the exchange reserves at these levels, which is a very bullish thing. Whenever the balance of Bitcoin, this is the purple line here, measures the balance of Bitcoin on the exchange reserves. When we see this continually going down, that shows us that there's only so much Bitcoin left to be bought. And while the price, of course, is recovering, as we are starting to see that, we are still seeing the exchange reserves not only for Bitcoin, but for other cryptocurrencies like Ethereum as well, which we know that Bitcoin and Ethereum move the whole market. Now, while these things continue to go down, these are extremely bullish catalysts for the entire crypto market, because Bitcoin is the strength of the altcoins. If Bitcoin continues to crash and to go down and down and down, I assure you, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice, just my own opinion, that the altcoins would not have a breath of life in them, that all of them are dependent on Bitcoin. And while this continues to go down, this is going to be the main cause and the reason for the bull market to do what it's going to do, for cryptos to make crazy gains in the year 2022. When this thing continues to go down and there's continual massive adoption for cryptocurrencies, and it goes down and down and down, this very chart here, it's going to cause a supply and demand shortage. Not only that we're seeing for chips for cars, we're seeing such a supply and demand shortage for a lot of things in this country, the USA that is. But eventually Bitcoin and cryptos are going to hit a supply shortage. And when that supply shortage hits and there's such massive continual adoption, this is what is going to propel cryptocurrencies to greater heights that we've never even heard of or seen of. And when this happens for Bitcoin, it's going to surely affect altcoins to a much greater degree. And at that point, when that begins to happen, maybe in a year from now, could be less, the altcoins that we hold, especially the good projects out there like Shiba Inu, XRP, and so forth, they will make gains like we've never seen before, because there's going to be so much demand, but there's going to be such little supply. And that's going to cause FOMO and continual adoption. Just some crazy things we've never even heard of or thought of. So this is something very important to take a note of. If this chart right here, if we start to see the balance starting going up on the exchange reserves, that means that people are no longer buying and taking their Bitcoin off the exchanges, but putting them back on the exchanges so that they can sell them. Since that's not happening, this is one of the most important metrics to be taking a look at to see the health of the market, to see truly where the market is headed. When we see this thing going down, we know the market is headed into some very bullish territory. But if it's going up, then we need to be concerned. But because it's not and has not done so for a very long time, there is no reason for us to be concerned of any crazy bear markets or crazy crashes here very soon. Now let me get into the heart of the matter. So this is the Bitcoin chart. And if we actually take a look, what we do see and what we did see is that we've been continually in an uptrend ever since this W pattern, ever since this double bottom here. Because what we are seeing is we are seeing the highs, higher lows, higher highs. The higher highs and the higher lows are still continuing to happen, except for the FUD. Remember FUD? Whenever there's FUD and liquidations, it doesn't completely invalidate the chart. We just have to understand why the chart did that. Without FUD and without any of the stuff that had happened to drop the price of cryptocurrencies, if this were to have happened, that would not be a bullish sign, at least in the 4-hour time frame. Nothing to be concerned about, but we definitely want to be paying close attention, because right now we are seeing cryptocurrencies come to the previous level of resistance, which is holding up right now as the level of support. If we begin to break down below this, this could definitely be a bearish sign that maybe it would invalidate completely this recovery that we have been witnessing the last couple of weeks. And that invalidation is very unlikely based on all of the things that are happening behind the scenes and that we are now about to enter into a new year. So what we are seeing now, what is very likely, is that a lot of the whales, what they like to do is they like to manipulate, especially in these times, knowing that there's a lot of fear and FUD, shutdowns and so forth. So what they like to do is they like to, okay, let's go ahead and dump the price further. Let's see if we can bring the price of cryptocurrencies down even further to scare people. So right now we are holding a key level of support. And as of right this very second, we are starting to drop a little bit lower. So it might be very likely that here in the next hour or so, we could break down below this support level, which could put us to another 2 or 3%. And if we hold that, that could also be very likely. But depending on what happens here, guys, in the next 24 hours, could give us a good sign of where we are headed, at least in the next couple of weeks, and if January is going to be bearish or bullish. But as I have said, I said last week, yes, all of these things are happening. We are recovering this, that, and so forth. But before the recovery was confirmed, I was thinking that we weren't going to see much bullish action until after the first of the year. Because after the first of the year, people are creating new goals. We have financial institutions making portfolios for people. People are getting invested for the first time. There's a lot of money flowing into cryptocurrencies right after the first of the year because it literally is just the first of the year. Right now, people are taking profits. People are selling at a loss to tax harvest and so forth. So to expect volatility between now and the first of the year, which is just next week, is very, very normal. But Bitcoin definitely needs to be able to hold up in this area. If we do not hold up in this area and come down to the level of support and start breaking down below, that is not going to be a good sign for at least the immediate short term. So something we're going to be paying close attention to, which I will be keeping you guys strongly updated in the Patreon at all times, by taking a look at Shiba Inu. Shiba Inu, of course, just follows Bitcoin, and there's nothing new in this chart. But what we are seeing is that we did fail to make a higher high with Shiba Inu. That's just because every cryptocurrency basically had formed the same pattern as Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is dragging everything down, and everything is dragging Bitcoin down because of FUD and potential shutdowns, which may or may not happen. So as of right now, I'm just going to be closely paying attention to what is going to be happening with the charts, and depending on what happens, could definitely dictate where we are headed here in the near future. So me, overall, I am not panicking. I'm not scared. I'm not freaking out about anything, but I just want to keep a close eye. We want to pay attention to see what's happening at all times so we can make the best and right decisions no matter what. Now, if you've got something on this video, give this video a thumbs up and share this video with at least one person. It really helps to support the channel. And don't forget to get your free stocks from WEBULL. Go ahead and check out the Patreon. Check out all of my links below. Follow my socials, and I will see you all later.